Are you losing money? And if you are, how to deal with it? And I know probably at this point a lot of people in a lot of stress about money. We cannot work, we cannot leave the house, we don't know what to do. Is the government gonna help us? If it's not gonna help us, it seems like from the news that some people did not receive their check. Some people, it went to a different person instead of to the right person for whatever reasons, if your address was not updated. So there's a lot of anxiety going on. So we want to make it to ease a little bit on you and to tell you a few positive things.
Chaos.
Stock markets crashing down, going up, going down. Nobody knows what's going to happen. All your savings that you were putting 401k or whatever it is you were saving for your future, for your retirement, you look at this and it's all crumbling and very fast.
And it's very, very easy to feel super frustrated and feel like you don't know why the hell you were saving all this time if now I'm losing everything. Let's breathe and let's think about what we can tell you from our experience, from our point of view, is that all of this is a cycle, and this is a game. You lose sometimes, you get sometimes.
You gain sometimes.
So we have to understand and learn how to deal with what is called life, right? Learn how to deal with all these changes, because the only thing that is constant is change, and change will happen now and change will happen later, and this is a cycle. This is temporary and we need to learn how to deal with it. And how we learned? We learned from
the hard way.
From the bottom. We started from very, very low beginnings. Like we both come from a very low income families. And we know what is struggle. We were working super hard all our lives. We were saving, we were doing all the right things. Trust me, we were super conscious. We were like trying everything possible to grow a little bit, to be somebody, to get to a better life. But many times it felt like was not
going anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
You're stuck in this wheel. You're just running, and you're trying your hardest, you're trying your best, and you stay at the same place.
And it feels like so many times I ask, why? Why me? I'm doing everything. I had to be honest. I many times ask, why me? This is not fair. All these people that are not even caring about money looks like they are having the best time of their lives, and me trying so hard. Why I cannot go over? Why I cannot get out of this hard work? And many times I felt like that, and Val many times felt like this.
It's like few things in life that you cannot change. It's the parents you were born to. This is something we cannot change, we cannot choose. And a lot of people think the country we were born to. But that's not entirely true, because if you keep trying and you keep running where you feel like in the same spot, as long as you don't give up, you're gonna get out of this race. And again, I'm talking about country. We changed so many countries. So we're telling you it's possible, it's doable, and eventually if you continue trying, and you just need maybe a little bit more tools to get it done better and faster. And just to tell you, it's very frustrating what's happening now. And a lot of people losing their money in their savings. And we love money.
Yep.
We enjoy to have money in the bank. We work hard for the money. But the one different thing that we change in our minds compared to what we were believing before when we were younger and we were just struggling with all this what's happening around us, it's that now we are not attached to the money.
Yeah.
We do not attach the money to our personalities, to who we are. Because like Kate said, when we were kids and we didn't have the toys. So then you look at other kids and you're thinking, okay, like I am poor, I'm destined to be poor. Year after year after year, I don't have the same toys when the other kids have. Then when you start thinking, okay, I'm not worthy of that. Then you finish your school, you go into work, you barely make money, you barely save, and you say, well, that's just me, I am poor, and that's how my life is gonna happen. And going step by step like this, I was believing in my mind, that's my life. Doesn't matter what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna jump up and down, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna work, I'm not gonna work, I'm just gonna be poor.
Yeah.
And it stuck in my head for many years, and I was afraid to take higher jobs because I was thinking, I'm not worthy of that. And when we start changing our understanding of it and detaching ourselves from money, because who cares how much money you have in the bank?
Nobody.
Like, as long as you're an awesome person, let's say like this one,
Oh, thank you.
I don't care how much money she had. When we met, I don't know, you weren't in minus, but maybe she had like $200 to her name and a suitcase. And I was in the same boat.
Hey, I had a TV. I like a 14-inch.
It's not a TV. It's like, in our standards, it's probably iPhone 4, like the screen size of this TV. It was something ridiculous.
With the antennas.
Yeah, so we were thinking that we are who we are because of how much money we have, and it was really blocking us to go above it. And only when we start talking about it, we start understanding that it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much money you have, we can continue trying, we can continue doing better, we can continue learning, and when the time comes that we'll be able to use this knowledge, that we'll be able to use whatever money we save to increase our savings, to better ourselves. So this is like the very important thing, just you're a person, you're not your bank account.
And this is what we want you to get from this video, to remember every day that what the money you have doesn't mean how much, it's not related to the value you have as a person. How much you have, what kind of degree you have, what kind of car you have, what kind of house you have, that doesn't matter. And this time, this crisis is reminding us that doesn't matter what we have value, and we know our value as a person, as a family, as a couple. And that's what we want you to think about this today, to tomorrow. Start remembering what is your essence, why you are here. You are here because a miracle happened, right? You were born to be like a superhuman. That's what we are here for. We are here for challenges. We are here for growing. And we work super hard. We try super hard all our life. But once we detach our value, our worthiness from our degrees, from our bank account, our possessions, once we detach ourselves, then everything became as a possibility. Every option came to us, because for us, having or not having money was not the thing. We love money, we love to talk about money, and we want you to feel like money is not scary and it can be fun. But loving money doesn't mean that we are attached to it. That's the difference. We are not attached to it. We can invest, we can lose, we can make it grow, and we know and we understand that it will come and go. And that's the part of life, and we have to be okay with this kind of cycles, and we have to be ready for these cycles.
That's one of the most important things. So if now you're part of those people, which is the majority people, that you just waiting for this check to come from the government. I know how it feels, mainly through my parents, because we were in difficult situation when I was growing, and being dependent on somebody and just waiting for some help, it feels very hopeless. It feels like, oh, I'm such a mess because now I'm sitting and I'm waiting on somebody to help me when I'm supposed to be the one that taking care of my family and help. But we all sometimes get to situation when we need some help. It's not perfect line that, hey, everything good is all the time. Sometimes we do need help, but we need to always remember, after this help arrived, and after the chaos we passed through it, doesn't matter how we went through it, you need to remember that now you have to start changing. And the problem that a lot of people going back to the ways, what they doing before, and how they end up that they need a lot of help. And again, I'm not talking about if you have a sickness, if you, I don't know, from whatever health reason you couldn't work, or I'm talking just the average Joe. If you have a job and you are healthy enough to go do it, you have to make sure the second time something like this happens, you will be able to stand on your feet. Because this is the most important, getting out of this thing. Because to be dependent on somebody, again, I know it through my parents, I know it through myself while immigrating to Canada, and how everything was difficult, and I was depending on multiple sources. Am I gonna get my permanent resident, my work visa, whatever it is? I was all the time dependent on somebody. She was all the time dependent. When she came, it was her student visa, and you just live in this constant fear. Is this gonna happen for me? I want it so bad, and you depend on somebody. You doing everything in your capabilities what you can. End of the day, some things just not depend on you, and you just like, hey, I'm gonna do my best and see what happens. And I will tell you what happened to us. We got our work permits, we got our permanent residence, we got our citizenship. We changed another country, and then another country.
And then another country.
So it's all possible because after being dependent on somebody, it was so difficult for us to be dependent on somebody and always wait for somebody to approve you or tell you, okay, you're this, you're that, you can have the money, you can have the job, whatever it is. We decided we don't want to be part of it. We don't want to be dependent all the time on somebody. So coming out of this craziness, this baloney that's going on now, we need to start learning. We need to start bettering ourselves. We need to start detaching ourselves from the money, because my issue was why I couldn't, and we couldn't get out of this line of poverty, because we were attaching ourselves. And every time we had a little bit of money, I said, I'm gonna buy a nicer clothes so people around me will think that I have money, because I look like I'm a bum and I don't have any money. So now I look better, I still don't have any money. But that's the mindset, because again, you're growing in poverty and you just want to get out of it.
Yeah.
And
look like you are not in there anymore. The same happened to a lot of immigrants, a lot of people that come to North America, the land of opportunities. So you come here, coming from this poor life that you have, and then you say, okay, I need to show, not to show off, but at least I need to show my parents that I'm okay. And the only
prove
way,
my worthiness.
Yeah, and prove yourself, prove everyone, your friends, everyone, that you took this big challenge of moving from one country to another. And you cannot be here suffering, right? You had to be good. So then you go and you buy things, and you try to get into this society that is asking you to consume things. Oh, buy this, buy that, and everything looks so easy to obtain. So then you say, I had to prove myself, I had to show that I'm okay here, because the decision I made of moving all my life, changing everything, now is worth it. Now I'm worth it. And that's the very, very dangerous thing to relate money to your worthiness. You are not worthy because you have more money. You are not less worthy now because you are losing money. Just detach that meaning from money. Money is a tool. Money is helping you to do the daily things. Buy food, buy the necessary. Yes, it's important, but it doesn't give you any worthiness. You are not, your personality is not defined by money. And maybe you might be thinking, oh yes, so then if it doesn't care, you had to detach yourself from money and it comes and goes and is a cycle, so whatever.
Let's just throw it away.
Yeah.
Let's just spend it, everything, and just be like, hey, whatever. I'm not my money. I can have a zero in my account. Who
I'm
cares?
worthy anyway.
I have an awesome personality. I love my wife. My wife loves me. Let's just spend the
Who
money.
cares about
and
money,
that's it.
right? But that's
No,
not,
that's not how it works, unfortunately.
that's not what we are telling you here. Here is what we are saying, okay, this is not attached to your personal value, but you have to be ready for the rainy days. You have to have a proper umbrella, you have to have a nice coat, a nice like winter jacket and rain boots to pass through the rain. If you are not ready, you will get super wet and then sick and then all this stuff, right?
Exactly same scenario with the money. When the rainy time comes, the bad time comes, you don't have that umbrella, you don't have this money saved for your future, for these days that you cannot work, then it starts one thing, you lose your job, then you can't pay to your house, then you can't pay for the food, then you just stuck and you don't know what the hell just happened, and you're stuck. And you're ripping your hair out, whatever left from there, and you don't know what to do. So that's where we're going, that yes, money does not define who you are, but it's a tool that we have to use.
And use it properly. So then you will avoid all this suffering. You will not suffer, you will avoid all this pain that is controllable. There are circumstances that we cannot control. This crisis now, we cannot control it. But what we can control is how prepared we are for this kind of circumstances. How we think about this crisis. How we will learn from this. How we will manage our lives and we will improve our lives, so then we will get better and better. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yeah.
But
in Ukraine, when I was a kid and I was growing up in Ukraine, my grandma had so many pickled tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, and it's like the war is coming. It's never coming, but it's like you have a closet full of stuff just in case. And always prepare with food, and there's always things that suddenly something happen, you always have a can of something that my grandma made and marinated. So the same thing about your bank account. Just put the money there for this worst case scenario. And we already did some videos to share what you can do with the money, so it's not just sit there, so it will grow.
yeah.
But you have to have some money on the sideline just to sit in there in case something happen, something like this. Nobody want to believe something like this will happen. Nobody expecting it. It's always come out of blue. But the reality is, it came, and it came rain on all of us.
Yeah.
If you're in one city, in other country, doesn't matter. This took over the whole world. Nobody expected it. The fact it came, and you have to be ready for next time. Doesn't matter if it's something big or if it's something small. Just prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself for the rainy days, and take from this video that if you are losing money right now, don't get desperate. Just try to detach what are your feelings, your worthiness, your self-identity detached from money. And think of money as a tool and say, okay, now I don't have too much of this tool. What can I do so I can go through this time? And then say, okay, how I can prepare myself so then I will have enough of this tool, so then I will be ready for the next rainy day.
Yep.
That's it. Detach your emotions, your value from what you have, and get ready for the worst case scenario. We already know that it can happen. We don't know when it will happen again. We really know that it will end. We don't know when, but it will end for sure. And we will have sunny days. But during the sunny days, make sure you are getting ready with the boots, with the jacket, with the umbrella. So when the rain comes again, you are ready for that.
That's right. Yeah, so that's all you can do for today. If you are off work now, enjoy the time with your family. Enjoy that you have this free time, and try not to bite your head off just because why I wasn't prepared. Why I'm now in this bad situation that I'm just waiting for the government money. Why this, why that? Just try to leave it on the side. Try to enjoy, try to keep yourself healthy. Now that you have time to cook at home and eat a little bit better, again, continue learning. It's not all about money. There's a lot of other things, your health, your physical, your emotional health. Work on that now. You're at home with your wife. I see so many videos like husbands doing everything they can do, like use all their imagination, how to get out of the house and get rid of the kids and get rid of the wife. And it's all funny, but take this time to be part of the family. Because I know we all work a lot. If it's her, if it's me, if it's you, and you have to leave your family for most of the day and you don't see them because you have to provide for them, now take the time to enjoy it. Create memories with your family, with your loved ones, because as soon as this is over, you'll have to get up and take all this energy that you accumulated, so don't waste this time on bad negative feelings.
Yeah.
Just prepare for when everything gets better and you can get back to your work, just so you'll have this energy, so you have this passion to go and get better. And make sure you prepare your, like Kate says, prepare your boots and your umbrella for the rainy day. And that's all you can do for now.
Yeah.
For next time, if something like this, God forbid, happen, you're gonna be in a much better position and you're gonna be much less stressed than you are now.
And you will be in a position that you can help somebody else.
Exactly. You might spend this time on helping to somebody, your neighbor, your friend, a stranger, whoever it is. For today, enjoy whatever this day is. Stay with your family, stay healthy. We're sending you all our love, and we'll see you next Friday.